Hey guys, welcome to my layout. This morning I just wanted to talk about my lift bridge and give you guys some good ideas on how to make one that would work for your layout to bridge a gap, for example, by a door like mine is. I really like my lift bridge because it allows for a much longer mainline run than just the table without it, and it takes away the need to have a tight turning radius. It allows for a much wider turning radius. So let's get into it. I'll show you guys what makes this lift bridge a good design and kind of give you guys some ideas on how you can build your own. So my lift bridge bridges the gap between a pair of double doors. On the left we have the shelving that is locomotive shelves and links to the rest of the main layout table over there. And on the right is the second half of the bridge that links to the shelving and eventually all the way back down to the main part of the layout, which is behind me. This bridge it lifts to the left, and on the right is a solid fixed portion that connects to the shelving, like I said. Is a unique design kind of because it folds into itself and the hinge is below it. So there's no hinge on top and no connecting rail joiners and etc. It's just connected through simple wiring and goes back into place every time without having to move something. First, we're going to take a look at the hinged portion of the bridge. As you can see, I have some alligator clips. It's not wired right now. We haven't really had time to get around to that, so it's just a simple alligator clipped to the track with some contacts. But the hinge is actually under here, right where my finger is, and it goes up. As you can see, the bridge goes down into the shelf and eventually stops at the top, and it can hold itself because it's at, back it up a little here, it's at kind of a reverse angle. You can see the action a little better. I'm going to go over here and move it again. Goes down, just goes right flush in. It's flush on both rail heads. Goes back up, sits up there. Over here, you can see the hinge in there. That's where it gets its, obviously it hinges, but move it down a little and get you guys inside here to look. This is the inside. To make this work, you have to have an area, a hole cut in your tabletop or whatever you're using, and just simply folds back in and becomes flush. You see the hinge in there. It just is a simple design, really, but there's no hinge on top of the table, so it really takes away that distraction and allows you to just focus on the bridge and not having a complex design up top. So that's looking at the hinged end. Let's take a real quick look at the fixed end over here. This is the fixed end. It kind of attaches to an island, and it's got another place to receive the bridge. Just goes straight down into it and is lined up. The island is made out of 2x4s and has this 3/4 inch wood that we used on both ends of the bridge up at the top to receive it. There's a little wiggle room, so we got to make sure we push it to the left every time just so there's no derailments. I really like this design for a bridge because it hides the hinge. It's a simple design, and there's not really a complex way that you have to connect it when you get done. Since it's wired, this track is wired and this track is wired, there's really no issues with trains going over and losing electrical connection. So that's a little overview of the bridge. Very simple design. You can basically work it into any layout that needs a bridge. My club has one that's portable, so it's basically built the same way except with its own supports and everything, and you can move it around. Same design, same idea. You just have to have a place to put the hinge, a place to receive the bridge on both ends. So that's a quick overview of the bridge. Now let's get on to some train going over it and just show you guys how well it works. Alright guys, I got a couple engines dialed up. I picked a couple with sound so you can hear that you don't lose connection when going over the gap, and that it still works really well. So without further ado, here's the run over the bridge. Now we'll get it over to the other end and show you the other side of the bridge. Right after they clear it, we'll move over there. So here we've got the other side of the bridge. Just going to give a quick run over this as well. Alright, let's get these engines shut off and I'll kind of wrap it up with you guys. Alright guys, so let's just wrap up this video real quick. As you can see, this is an effective way to have a lift bridge, and what I did not mention earlier is that it is a very cost-effective way. I've seen some people go as crazy as to have hydraulic lift bridges or lift bridges that buzz when you open them or they disconnect the track. That's fine if you want to spend the money for it, but this lift bridge, I can say I built it for under $30 to $40. I know model railroading is definitely not a hobby where you want to join if you're into saving money, because I mean basically everything that you want or the nice stuff is really expensive. I mean, you can see I chose my heritage units to run over this. I chose the Penn Central family, the Pennsylvania New York Central, and the Penn Central Heritage Unit, two of which have sound, the Pennsylvania and the Penn Central. But that's beside the point. It's just this bridge is an effective way to bridge a gap for not a lot of money, and I've never had a derailment on it, and nothing's ever fallen off it. So even though I don't have the sidewalls on it, I trust it. Quickly into a couple dimensions, which I also forgot to mention earlier. This bridge for a single track, I made 4 inches wide. I would recommend that you make your bridge about 3.5 to 4 inches wide for each track, so you can have enough room on either side and between tracks, so there are no issues. You could, in theory, make this bridge a 2 or 3 track bridge. You just have to include additional hinges and possibly a better support area to catch the bridge. This is a good bridge for just a basic model railroader or someone looking to do this in a club. Our club has a double track version of this bridge. But that's just an overview of my bridge that we made lift bridge, and how we kind of an idea of how you can make your own or get ideas from this. Lastly, I want to give credit where credit is due. Ben, my friend who's also on YouTube, Amtrak Boy 42, I'll put his channel link at the bottom of this video. He was the one that originally came up with this design for the bridge for our model railroad club, and I just adapted it from his designs so it would work for my home layout. So guys, this is kind of my first overview how-to of something on my layout, really detailed. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.